Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, 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 hey. Hello, foodie booties. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. Underneath that blanket is Potato, and since he doesn't even want to show his face today, I'll also give you a random photo of Judy to enjoy, who I'm sure is sleeping on the couch right now. In other news, I'm checking back in with the one, the only, Chantal Marie, The Chantal Show, The Daily Chantal, Chantopolis, Big Beautiful Me, Flobby Bobby, Chantal Al Rafe, Chantal period, Foodie Beauty, Flobby Bobby, the one, the only Foodie Beauty, okay? We are watching her today because I was streaming on Twitch yesterday and somebody asked me if I had seen this video yet. It's called I'm Going to Canada, which, like, I don't know if that's true or not. She loves to clickbait with shit like that. But somebody asked me if I'd seen it on Twitch, which, by the way, if you can't make it to Twitch or you don't want to download Twitch, I do re-upload reactions over there. We don't react to Chantal or Amber Lynn, but we do reactions of other silly shit on the internet. And I have a second channel where I re-upload those if you want to check that out. But anyway, somebody during the stream did ask me if I'd seen this video. I said, no, I hadn't. And I said, I was thinking about maybe reacting to it because it's only like a 12.5-minute video. And there were several people in the chat that were like, oh yeah, you should react to this. Which is interesting. I'm curious, like, if it really is going to be all that interesting. I mean, y'all know that I'm a transformer, robot in disguise when it comes to transforming this content, so it's gonna be a good time regardless of whether or not Chantal makes it a good time. But like, I just have a lot of questions. I know, listen, I have tried again to get off of Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, Flobby Bobby Twitter. I try to get out of that corner of the internet, and I get fed tweets about that shit all the time. I don't interact with them. I might read them, but I'm not sitting here responding to them, hitting like on them, and yet here we are. I still get them. And I know that one of the controversial things about this video is that she gets weighed in and people don't think it's real. I, of course, have thoughts about that already, just in general, because I think if you watch me, you know that I don't give a shit if they're faking their weigh-ins or not, usually. But I'll try to save a lot of that commentary for when it actually happens in the video. I also know that Chantal herself posted a community tab post about people who think she's lying about her weigh-in. I didn't actually read through all of that. Maybe once we get to that part of the video, I'll go look and see what she had to say. Or maybe I won't, because maybe I don't actually care all that much. But yeah, I just want to let you know that that is something that I'm aware of going into this video. I like to try to let people know if I'm not like getting a full first time experience. I haven't actually watched the video, but I do know that that is coming, that is on its way. So I'll try to save my thoughts for then. Anyways, I think that's all I have. So let's just get to, shall we?
Hello, foodie beauties. Hey there, Beezers. Want a personalized video from me to you?
I'm so sick of the cameo ad.
Or maybe a special shout out. Or maybe you just have a pressing question for me you want answered.
I'm so sick of the cameo advertisement in every single one of her videos. Maybe I should be doing that. I do have a cameo, by the way. It's actually popping off right now. Y'all are asking for all the holiday cameos. And I'm happy to do them, but please also just be patient with me, because I usually make a video every day and stream for 2 hours every day and also try to have a life. So it does take me a second. But maybe I should be advertising in every single video, although I don't know. The way she does it is just annoying to me for some reason. Maybe I could be making Foodie Beauty money over on the cameo if I started advertising it in every goddamn video.
Hi, this is editing Foodie Beauty here.
She brought out the low, quiet whisper of her low BMI voice. I'm loving little editing. Chantal putting this Canadian maple leaf and I guess that's probably a Canadian hospital, I'm guessing. I don't know. I will say I do know that one other critique I saw on the Twitter of this video is her talking about maybe going to Canada for healthcare and how in the past she's just like shit on the Canadian healthcare system. So I am curious to hear what's to come, what's gonna happen.
I'm editing, and since I made this video, since I filmed it, I talked to Salah and I made the decision that it's sadly probably better for me to go back to Canada for a while.
For a while?
To seek some much needed medical care, and part of that is I want to talk to a doctor about possible weight loss surgery.
What? Wait, what? Wait, what? Are there alternative reasons for needing to go to Canada outside of potentially seeing a doctor? Has she done, it's been so long since I've kept up with her health journey or whatever she wants to call it, but has she ever pursued weight loss surgery before? Listen, I was living for the Amber Lynn weight loss surgery arc. I was ready for her to get weight loss surgery. I was thrilled for her, and obviously that never happened. I can see similar things happening for Miss Chantal's show, but I feel like surely there has to be some kind of alternative reason for going back to Canada, because wasn't she just posting? I have been keeping up with her videos a lot more lately, okay? Just a little secret between you and me, because I was not watching anything for a while, but I've been intrigued by how her health is doing, or how her health is not doing, maybe is a better way to phrase it. I feel like she was just talking about how great the private healthcare in Kuwait was and things like that. And also talking about how, like, Kuwait actually has, like, an obesity problem. Do they not do weight loss surgery in Kuwait? And also, I'm curious, like, I don't know what her citizenship situation looks like, but, like, is she still able to, like, if she's, like, been living full-time in Kuwait, like, is she still able to get, like, the benefits from Canadian healthcare? Also, like, if she doesn't pay her taxes in Canada, which if you don't know, she's not paid a lot of taxes in Canada, is she allowed to use the healthcare? I don't know how public healthcare works like that, because we don't have, you know, healthcare for all here in the United States, so I'm clueless, but I am curious.
And psychiatric help.
Psychiatric help?
Proper diagnosis, all that, proper medication to get my diabetes under control as well. Certain medications for diabetes, and also the surgery, of course, is...
Wait, but why can't we get medicine for diabetes in Kuwait? See, this is what... These are where all my questions start coming in, because I need more information. Maybe... There was one video I didn't watch. Maybe I missed in that video where she talked about... It was like the video she posted right before this one. Has she talked about not being able to get diabetes medicine in Kuwait? Because if I recall, all the videos I've watched about her diabetes have said that she was, you know, not wanting to try medicine. She wanted to try to fix it on her own through, like, changes in her diet and her exercise, which a lot of y'all pointed out is just crazy, considering what her blood sugar levels were at and things like that. But, like, I don't know that is there a reason she can't get medicine in Kuwait? I want to ask. I wish I could just sit down with her right now in this moment and ask some follow-up questions.
I'm covered in Canada, so... also, I just feel like I need family when I'm going through some of these hard times.
What about Sala?
You know, when you're sick, you always want your mom. So,
what about Sala? Sala can't give you what you need? I have... Listen, she might be doing some of this for health reasons, but I would be lying if I'm not a little bit skeptical about what's going on.
Other than that, nothing, you know, I'm gonna miss my family here greatly. I'm gonna miss my husband, my love very much. But it's just a lot, and I need to be in Canada to do these things, as I realize. So,
I'm here for a Canada arc if she's actually serious and she's actually going back. I may be back to being fully invested if she gets her ass back to Canada. I don't even know also though that Canada's gonna help her all that much. I think we've all seen at this point that she's nearly the same in a lot of ways in Kuwait as she was in Canada. There's not a lot of difference.
Not sure when, but someday I will just be in Canada. And you'll see me there.
Okay.
Alright, until I can get my health under control.
Okay.
I can't escape it anymore, so... Bye. Enjoy the video.
Also, my question is, like, girly pop. Girly girl. Why weren't we doing this in Canada when you lived there to begin with? I just remember her being so resistant to all kinds of these suggestions prior to moving to Kuwait. But okay, let's go. Let's go back to Canada. Let's go back to Canada. Let's fucking go. My queen of poutine.
All right, here it is.
Oh, no. No, why is there cottage cheese and mustard? Oh, y'all should have warned me. Y'all should have warned me. Flashbacks to Amber Lynn's little fucking mustard and cottage cheese situation type of deal moment on the internet. Oh my God. Nobody warned. I mean, thank you. Because I do usually ask y'all not to spoil me. But damn, what a fucking jump scare.
Cottage cheese, low fat with mustard. And carrots.
This is the saddest charcuterie. Well, it's not the saddest charcuterie board. I think Amber Lynn had that covered in the video I reacted to yesterday. But it's a very sad little plate of food. That's giving depressing.
Mix it around. Cottage cheese is very expensive here.
Okay.
And I never used to
This setup with the gaming chair is kind of giving the luxury villa in Canada. It's taken me back to the luxury villa. Which also begs the question, I think I've seen also on the Twitter, this is a recent revelation, but I think like a few weeks ago, I saw people discussing how like Pete's says that he's like not even in communication with Chantal whatsoever anymore. It seems like their friendship is over. But I'm wondering if that will change once Chantal finds herself back in Canada. Or if she finds herself back in Canada. I feel like I should keep saying if, because I still have doubts that it'll actually happen.
But now I love it. It doesn't hurt my stomach. It's not salty like the other cheeses.
Okay.
It's like $8 for a 16-ounce container of cottage cheese here.
This is it? Why do I feel like all the exciting stuff happened in that first 2 minutes of this video where she talked about going to Canada?
It's an imported product, so.
Because I don't need to sit here and watch you eat this. I don't need to sit here and watch you eat this cottage cheese. It does kind of make me want some cottage cheese though a little bit. This is how quick I can shift. I was just thinking about how I used to eat when I worked in a residence hall and I ate in the cafeteria and the options sometimes were limited. I used to eat the cottage cheese there, and that's probably outside of the time that I tried the cottage cheese and mustard with the raw veggie thing. That's probably prior to that the last time that I had had cottage cheese. And it was occasionally a nice little side. It's protein packed. I don't know. Maybe, why am I trying to talk myself into this? You do not need to be eating cottage cheese. Chantal, of all people, certainly did not inspire this thought from you. I think this is what happens when I'm bored by what's happening on screen. My mind just starts spiraling and I think about other things unrelated, well, like mildly related to what's going on. And I was thinking about how I used to enjoy cottage cheese occasionally. And then I look back at this depressing ass plate and I'm like, no, you sure didn't miss cottage cheese. You sure the fuck did not.
And then I'm gonna go to the doctor, so I'll see you soon.
Okay, let's go to the doctor.
Beautiful girl.
I was not ready for Sala's voice. I thought he was not really in the picture right now, but here we are. Hello, beautiful girl.
What you waiting for? Oh, hope you feel well, baby.
That was I'm sorry, but that was weird. that was not a natural way for a husband and wife to interact. That was bizarre. Bizarre. Oh, here's the weigh-in. Here's the weigh-in. 366 pounds. I'm curious.
166.
Yeah.
I think so. The only reasonable reason that I could that's not helpful. The reasonable excuse that I could see people saying about this weigh-in being fake is potentially that this scale wasn't designed to weigh somebody her size. But what I will say is I think that's what Chantal's whole community post was about. Like, I think Chantal's community post was saying that, like, Yo Mama went and looked it up and suggested that, like, found out that it is capable of weighing, like, a very high amount of weight or something. The other thing maybe I could see people saying is, like, people are always concerned because, you know, like, if you shift your weight in certain ways, you can get the scale to say different things sometimes, or if it's, like, the scale is up against something, or if it's not level on a floor, or things like that. Like, sometimes the weight can fluctuate, so maybe people might be saying that. Either way, I don't understand what it matters. You know, 366 pounds is still a lot for somebody Chantal's height to weigh. And on top of that, I think she's made it clear at this point that she has, like, a myriad of health issues, right? So, you know, whenever this comes up in, like, the Amber Lynn corner of this internet about her lying, and certainly she has lied about things, including her weight in the past. I mean, Pete's even called her out on it and said, oh, this scale's been broken forever. It doesn't give an accurate weight. So I do understand where the concern that she's lying comes from. But I'm also like, when this comes up in Amber Lynn's corner of the internet, I'm always just like, who's that hurting outside of Amber Lynn? Who's that hurting out of Chantal? You know, she can consider herself a dainty queen forever, but clearly she has health issues. And this is the whole little diabetes era of her channel. She's clearly struggling. What's it matter to you outside of you just want to live in this world where you think she is the fattest fuck you've ever seen, right? Like, I don't think that it matters. I just personally really don't see how it matters to me if she's 366 pounds or 466 pounds, you know? I think she's very clearly aware that she has some health issues to the extent that in this video, she's talking about going back to Canada to get some health care. Whether or not she'll actually ever do anything about those health issues, I think we can all agree is suspect because she currently hasn't done a whole lot about any of those things. But I'm just saying, okay? I'm just putting it out there. Who gives a flying fuck? She clearly needs, like, medical intervention and help, regardless of if she's heavier than 366 or lighter than 366. I don't know. Part of me also wonders, like, are there people in this community? I know that there are a lot of, like, plus-size people who watch my channel who are a part of this community. And maybe it comes from, like, a desire to, like, maybe you're not that far away from that weight or something. I don't know. But, like, truly, this is just about Chantal. This is Chantal's problem. If Chantal's lying about her weight, that's on her. And she clearly has health issues. Do you feel me? Do you feel... Like, I just don't know that it's that serious, like, to like, try to find these conspiracy theories. And if she's lying... That's only her own delusion that's hurting her, you know? like That's my thoughts about it. Let me stop rambling about that. Let's keep getting to. Oh, wow. Okay. Here we go. Where are we going, Chantal? Riveting content.
Hey guys. So,
I will say that pause and that heavy sigh, that felt performative. That felt so performative. The long, let me recreate it, okay? You gotta get the longing into the camera. Hey guys.
I'm gonna try not to cry, but I'm in a really weird mood.
Okay. The long drawn out pauses between everything she says when I know that's not how she normally talks. That's what feels so performative about this, right? Like, I've seen so many videos from her, and that's not how she usually talks. The only reason that she does that in, like, mukbangs is because she's trying to chew the food that's in her mouth.
I'm so depressed. Like, coming back from the doctor, first of all, being out in the day like this in the sunlight makes me worse depressed. I hate it. I like the night.
That's so.
And, everything's
I will
busy.
say, I'm sure that actually could resonate for her in several ways. I'm just saying, for me personally, like the weather in Chicago has been so fucking depressing. It's been so cold. There's been little sunlight, and like that's what I signed up for, living in fucking Chicago. Okay, I get it, but damn, what I wouldn't do for some sunlight right now.
It's overwhelming. I feel overstimulated. I'm not. If I look off to the side, I'm trying to.
I don't know if she's wiping sweat off of her face or fake tears. But either way, I'm not seeing anything to wipe off right now.
Think of what I need to say. I just feel so apathetic. I don't care about anything right now. Like, I don't care about anything.
Apathy is a depression,
it's like the
symptom
only thing
feeling.
In my life that I feel that makes me happy is food.
Not Sala,
And
not Julia.
To get better and live a longer life, I have to change drastically.
Yeah, let's get to.
And dealing with the emotions that I have because of that is so uncomfortable that I just don't feel like I can. Sometimes I don't feel like I can do it, or that I want to do it.
Well, let's talk to a therapist then, bestie. I think you're. If you can't get a therapist in Kuwait for some reason, then yes, let's get you back to Canada, get you some mental health care, get you some other health care. Let's get to, like I said.
When I feel like this, I feel like I just want to be passive in life and not fight and just lay down and just...
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you've been doing.
Not fight.
That's
the best way I can describe it.
That's kind of what you've been doing your whole life, I think. To be honest, bestie, I don't know that I've seen you fight ever. I mean, like, you fight with people on the internet. You fight with the reaction channels, but I mean, like, I don't think I've seen you fight for, like, your life. If you could put as much, like, energy into, like, the raging you do against other reaction channels, and you channeled that into just, like, bettering your life in some kind of way, in some kind of situation type of deal, think where you could be, bestie. I ain't seen you fight for your life ever. You've always been passive.
So the doctor wants to put me on another pill.
Oh, she does. Wait, is that a tear or is that sweat? Like on her, to me it's her right eye, but it would be her left eye. There looks like maybe a little tear, it's probably sweat. I'm gonna guess it's sweat. Maybe she really was wiping away something.
Told him, like my blood sugars have been still in the 200s. My blood pressure is good. It was like if that person beeps one more time, I swear, when I'm in this mood, everything is over.
There's the Chantal. There's the real Chantal coming out. She slipped. She slipped from the woe is me, poor Chantal. And that one honk got her enraged. Ooh, give me more of that. I hope that person honks one more time. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, Chantal. This is why it's just so hard to fuck with her like this. I want to be an empathetic person, and certainly Chantal does not necessarily, it's not obligated to give Chantal any kind of empathy, because Lord knows she's never given that to people in her life. But I just I want to feel bad for her. And then she shows her true colors. That's what she really wants to do right now. What she really wants to do is rage.
Somebody beeping their horn is driving me crazy. No, I'm not well mentally right now.
The shift. The shift. Girl, spit it out. Spit it out. Say something. Say something. I'm giving up on you. Y'all know that song? Who was that? It was a band, and it was a duet with Christina Aguilera. You know what I'm talking about? Girl, if you don't, spit it out. Say what you need to say. I can start singing some John Mayer, too.
I know that,
She said, please don't sing John Mayer. I can't. I will start talking right now.
I have to bring those numbers down.
Yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go.
But like I said, right now, I just don't really care. I just don't care about anything.
Okay.
I feel really...
Also, that's your prerogative.
Tired of everything. Fed up.
Is this it? Is this the video?
And,
just long, awkward pauses. Beep, beep! I was trying to see if I could get her to react. If I could get her to react. Beep, beep! Beep, beep! In the future, if she ever does a live stream again, I doubt it, but y'all should just go in there and go beep, 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 beep. See if you can get her triggered by a car horn again.
It's gonna be so much hard work.
Yeah, heaven forbid you have to do something hard.
Anyway, that's how I'm feeling, I don't want to come on here all the time and smile and just be fake about it, because I'm not very happy right now. And getting mental health help is just overwhelming. I don't even know where to even start. I don't know. I feel like I'm moving in the thickest quicksand.
Okay.
Ever.
Honestly, it's quite clear to me that she doesn't have any concept of where to start with mental health. And part of that, obviously because she's in a country she's never lived before, so I'm sure that is very difficult to find and seek out. But this is a woman who's never sought out actually helping herself in general. She frequently runs away from her problems. That's how she ended up in Kuwait to begin with. She had to get away, like move to a completely different country to get rid of the situation type of deal with Nader. She had to go to Kuwait to avoid the problems with her taxes in Canada, her money in Canada. She's a girly pop who loves to run. I mean, not, she doesn't love to run, clearly, but like loves to run from her problems metaphorically. Of course you have a lot of thinking to do, but why did we include the Canada edit at the beginning of this video? It seems like you should have put it at the end. Also, half of this video has just been her sitting here in silence.
Life by Jen documentary.
Oh, not the Life by Jen documentary. A lot of people have asked me if I've watched it. I haven't. I haven't actually said a lot about Life by Jen in general. When I did cover her on my channel, it actually usually was in response to like interactions she was having, specifically I think with Chantal. I don't think, if anything, one time I recreated one of Jen's recipes, but mostly usually when I covered her on my channel, it's because Chantal was beefing with her. And honestly, truly, Chantal was always kind of nasty to Jen for no apparent reason from what I recall. I think sometimes Jen would bring her up in videos, but I don't think Jen was saying anything usually that was nothing that somebody else hadn't already said in a meaner, harsher way, I guess is what I'm saying.
Mr. Snowflake, he did videos on me too.
Uh-huh.
And I like bawled through the whole documentary on her because I know people think she wasn't a nice person, whatever.
I think that's like subjective for sure.
We all have moments. We all are sometimes not nice people.
There were certainly, I will say, there were certainly reasons why I didn't dive deep into Life by Jen, and a lot of it was because like I just values-wise didn't agree with a lot of the stuff she did, and I was already following Chantal, who values-wise I don't agree with a lot of the stuff she does, and so that is a big part of like why I didn't go too deep into covering Jen's content, but yeah.
But she went through a lot of suffering, like she went through a lot of abuse.
Sure,
she went
yeah.
through a lot of suffering. And unless you have the type of issues with food, eating disorder, food addiction that we have, you can't know the type of hardships. It's like...
It is interesting that she's coming back to Jen because, and honestly, it's been so long since I even thought about the battles that they had or like the beef that they had together, that I honestly, like, could be misremembering things for sure. I mean, this has been several years at this point. But I seem to recall Chantal just having a lot of nasty-ass things to say about Jen. Like, a lot of nasty-ass things to say. And so, it's wild to me that she's invoking Jen's name in this video. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe when I go to edit, I'll go back and look at some of my old videos to see, because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Chantal didn't have anything too bad to say. But that's what I seem to be remembering.
Okay, so I did go back and re-look at some of the videos that I've made regarding Life by Jen and Chantal in the past, and I actually didn't make as many as I thought, but I did find, it looks like they both had things to contribute to the beef between the two of them. Again, Life by Jen, not a perfect person when she was on YouTube, and certainly had a lot of shit to talk about. Chantal as well. But what I will say is that the reason that it stood out in my mind that Chantal didn't care for Jen whatsoever is because one of the very first times that Chantal ever used the R slur, which is a word to describe or used against frequently disabled people in the disabled community, one of the very first times she used that was in reference to Life by Jen and her partner Jean. And so I'll just share some clips from one of my old videos where that happened and where the proof lies.
Oh, who's aware of... Okay, so I told you last time I watched Lies by Jen. Fake by Jen. Lies by Gen X. We'll just call them a couple. That's their couple name, Lies by Gen X. That I unsubscribed to her, and then she went on this community post. I left her a comment, and then she went on this tirade in her community post, and then has the fucking nerve to post a video calling me, saying I'm raging, when she's the one obviously raging about the comment I left her. So, and then trying to milk it and appeal to haters by being a reaction channel, by like having a glass of tea in her thumbnail and spilling tea. Like, what is that? It's so fucking and anyways,
food is literally, it can be. It's so addictive.
Sure.
Like drugs, but unlike drugs, we need food to survive. And it's just so hard.
Oh, okay. That is
scary.
a common thing that I feel like I've heard in watching people in this corner of the internet, right? And I don't necessarily disagree. I just, wish that if these are the comparisons we're gonna make, then like let's treat it like that. Like if you're aware that this is a problem, like let's go do something about it. And maybe that's why she's like, I gotta go back to Canada. I gotta go back to Canada. But unfortunately, like the fast food options, the food options in general are all gonna be there in Canada too, And I think unless she seriously does like immediately seek out some kind of medical intervention, mental health intervention for it, like it's just going to be the same thing in Canada too,
Yes, I'm on that path.
Like for some reason I feel like she's also trying to run from something in Kuwait now. Like I said, she runs from everything. We're really just sitting here in fucking silence.
People on the internet are just so, in life in general, they're so disgusting towards people with issues like this. You don't get it,
Listen. Here's what I'll say. We're almost done. We're almost there. There's like a minute left of this video. But here's what I'll say. I obviously don't like Chantal as a person. I don't care for her as a person. I don't want anything bad to happen to Chantal though, right? And I hope that she really does go seek help. It's hard for me to see that happening because I just know her history, but I do hope she seeks help. I hope she gets the help she needs. And if she has to go back to Canada to do that, like, let's fucking go,
We don't even get it.
All right.
Anyway, I'm sorry that
let's
this
wrap it up.
Video took like a bit of a turn for the worse.
Let's wrap it up, girly pop.
That's just how I'm feeling today. So I think I'm gonna just log off
Sounds good.
for the day.
Sounds good. Although I don't think she did log off for the day because, like I said, she did make some community tab posts. But yeah, it sounds like you should log off for sure.
That's it.
All right.
So that's my weigh-in. So now you know I'm not lying about the scale. Anyway, I don't care what the relevant people think. But
Maybe that's why people are making such a big deal about if she's lying or not. Because now that she said that, I'm like, oh, so you got on that scale because you wanted to spite some people. That's probably why people are coming so hard saying that you're lying about your weigh-in. Oh my god.
There you go. Okay, that was easy to show you. All right, I'm just going to
She's so funny.
end the video here.
Are you gonna end the video here? Or are we gonna sit in silence for
And,
30 more seconds?
That's it. See ya.
Okay, thank God. Thank God. It's also funny because in my recommended at the end of that video, there is the last video she posted that I didn't watch that says, I will not be defeated. And then the title of it is New Arc Incoming and not the one you're expecting. I love that was the last video she posted with this little smarmy smirk on her face. I will not be defeated. And then this video is like, I'm defeated. I'm defeated. Okay, Chantal. Okay, Miss Ma'am. I see you. Anyways, I don't know. What are your thoughts down below? I would be interested in hearing what you have to say or what your thoughts are on Miss Chantal. If she goes back to Canada, honestly, it'll probably be similar to this most recent trip back to Kuwait where I was real excited about what was going to happen and then it ended up being the same old boring Chantal. I imagine if she goes back to Canada, I'll be really excited at the beginning of it and then just be like, ugh, yeah, no, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. So, anyways, that's all I have time for today. I hope you enjoyed our little video, moment, situation type of deal. And if you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I had so much fun today. I hope you did too. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!